Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Skydive Myrtle Beach in a dispute at the airport. Will drone registration solve airspace concerns? First customer-built SubSonex takes to the air. I'm Brianne Cross. It is October 22nd, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Sometimes things can get complicated at the airport. Skydive Myrtle Beach is in a dispute with the Horry County, South Carolina Department of Airports, siding with the company calls discrimination against it as an activity at the airport. Because the airport receives federal funds, the airport sponsor is not allowed to discriminate on the types of aerial activities that takes place on the property, but there is no mention that the FAA is involved. On their Facebook page, the company posted a lengthy list in chronological order of the issues they are facing. To simplify things, there seems to be two primary problems. First is the issue of the lease arrangement that provides space for the skydiving operation, and the second is the issue regarding the safety of their operation. It also appears both sides are claiming that the other side has in some way violated laws or regulations, but our examination of some of the legal documents seems to suggest that something hinky is going on with how the airport has handled the situation. Unfortunately, Skydive Myrtle Beach has ceased operations, and of course the lawyers are battling it out. Skydive Myrtle Beach posted on their Facebook page, and in the famous words of Arnold, "We will be back." Unless you were completely off the grid on Monday, you know about the announcement by the Department of Transportation of a task force that will establish rules for UAV registration. But will registration make things better and safer in the national airspace system? Attorney and pilot Jonathan Ruprecht says no. Writing in Robotics Trend, Ruprecht points out 11 issues with the DOT's plan to register nearly all unmanned aircraft. Ruprecht says that in his view, registration is not practical and won't make the national airspace system significantly safer. First and foremost, he says there are not enough in numbers available to meet the demand that will come from what could eventually be millions of drones dumped into the system. He also says that registration will not prevent reckless flying, will overload the FAA's capability to process registrations, and will be expensive to the taxpayers. There are several other points, but Ruprecht's conclusion is that geofencing technology will solve the problems of UAVs flying where they are not supposed to be much more efficiently than will registration. After the break, the first home-built SubSonex flies.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. It was only a week ago that Sonex let us know they had completed their second factory SubSonex aircraft. Now they are reporting that the first customer-built kit version of the SubSonex has made its first flight. Reg Greenberg of Durango, Colorado, made the first flight of his SubSonex on October 15th, which makes his SubSonex the first customer-built Sonex personal jet to fly. Greenberg received the first ultra-quick-build SubSonex kit in February of this year. The SubSonex is only available as a quick-build kit, and it comes in two quick-build versions. One version is an experimental amateur build kit for the traditional builder, which meets the 51% rule for amateur built certification. The other version, referred to as the Ultra Quick Build Kit, it is certified as experimental exhibition and is not required to meet the builder 51% rule. Greenberg said, quote, "I first saw the prototype of the SubSonex at Oshkosh, and I followed the development for over a year. When SubSonex offered the jet as a kit, I was first in line, end quote. 6 more customer kits are currently under construction. It's Thursday, which means that it's time for an Aero-Community update, highlighting news and information about the incredible people and organizations that populate the Airborne Partnership Initiative behind Airborne Unlimited. This week we have the honor of recognizing our partner known as the International Council of Air Shows, or simply ICAS. It's an organization that may not jump to the forefront of your thinking when it comes to aviation, but if you have ever attended any air show, there's a good chance you have been right in the middle of ICAS and you didn't even know it. The early days of air shows were commonly referred to as barnstorming. Pilots would simply show up as individuals, but put on an aerial demonstration and commonly sell airplane rides. It may sound romantic, but it was not very good business. ICAS was founded in 1968 as a trade and professional association by industry professionals to protect and promote their interest in the growing North American airshow marketplace. As an organization of airshow performers and promoters, ICAS works collectively to keep the industry safe and to provide business standards. The airshows we enjoy are there because of the organization, cooperation, and safety fostered by ICAS. When the excitement of an airshow brings someone into aviation, we can thank ICAS for presenting aviation with its best foot forward. After these messages, Brett Hart is now United Airlines CEO.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, NavCom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B ATX100 and ATX100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. United Continental Holdings has announced that its president and CEO, Oscar Munoz, is on medical leave following a heart attack. The United Airlines Board of Directors has named Brett J. Hart as acting CEO. This appointment is effective immediately. A TSA agent has been accused of taking bribes to allow checked luggage containing marijuana to pass through the security at Los Angeles International Airport in 2009 and 2010. He is accused of conspiracy to distribute marijuana and bribery of a public official. The Civil Aviation Flight University of China has performed the first overhaul of a Continental Motors IO360 ES engine. These engines are used on 40 series aircraft SR-20s operated as trainers by the university. The first of 7 upgraded AW101 Merlin HC Mark III helicopters has been delivered to the Royal Navy as part of the Merlin sustainment program. 25 AW101 Merlin HC Mark III 3A aircraft will be converted to Merlin HC Mark IV 4A configuration for the Royal Navy. Several Air Force pilots were grounded after sending text messages that their commanding officers said were evidence of drug use. They texted the term Dancing with Molly, which has been said to be a street name for the drug ecstasy. An investigation is underway. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. The aircraft satellite communications equipment manufacturer, Avionica's AVCM, has received FAA approval on its 4th generation cellular module designed for increased high-speed transmission of flight data. The approval covers 250 aircraft models, which includes almost every FAR part, 25 business jet. The FAA Supplemental Type Certificate is also compatible with Avionica's line of miniature, quick access recorder products. It has the capability to transmit flight data analysis up to 6 times faster than previous 3G modules. The Mark II and Mark III quick access recorder products are installed and capturing data on more than 8,000 aircraft. When combined with Avionica's AvSync flight data analysis software, the service guarantees all flight data is uploaded within 24 hours or less of flight operations. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.